So we're going to run this list for a few games. So a list by Pete Ward, who is a very good player from where I started learning to play Magic. He got to the semi-finals of an MCQ with this list this last weekend. Seems really sweet. It's a blue-green ramp list focused on Tamiyo and Nissa as your late game, your way to go over the top of people, and of course Krasis. And instead of having the 2-mana ramp cards, we have this Explore package to help against the aggressive decks. And you have Rejuvenator and Growth Spiral because they help you make land drops to make Nissa as good as she can be. So I'm really excited to give this list a try. Seems sweet to me. The Immortal Sun seems suspect, but we'll see. See how it plays out. Oh my gosh. Seems sweet, Minosaur. I'm gonna see how it goes. This deck looks really interesting, but it hurts to look at. Yeah, the single Immortal Sun is a lot. But I think this deck seems fun. I'm excited to give it a whirl. Alright. Seems great. Got some early defense or pressure. If we flood out a bit, we've got the Memorial. What's it like to be a number in Mythic instead of a percent? It was such a tilt. I was like top 100 Mythic for ages. And then I played Mono Red a bunch. And I did very badly with Mono Red. And I kind of want to get in my 1 damage. I also want to get my tap plan down. I'm sure this is fine. Ellipsis. And then I played Mono Red a bunch. I just tanked my rating as a result. I did like very, very badly with Mono Red. I was not expecting Sky Marcher Aspirant. Opponent's Guild Gate's looking a bit awkward over there. So like, normally I want to trade my Mana Dorks for their Aspirants, just to shut off their Convoke creatures, but I really want to play Nissa next turn, so I'm just not gonna give them that offer. Wow, Max, rough life. Ooh. Alright. I would like to cast my Nissa, please. Nissa, great. Just do this one. Because I don't want them to kill a forest in combat somehow. Or like baffling into forest. I don't think I attack with this because I want to protect my Nissa. It's like kind of tempting to pressure them more though, whilst they're struggling on mana over there. Turns out there are like costs for the free color mana bases, Max. Honestly, like, I'm not convinced the free color decks are all meant to be running like, you know, the full 12. Yike. This is a problem. The full 12 check lands. 12 check lands is a lot. I really kind of want to sack the Memorial this turn rather than play the Branchwalker. I'm glad you agree, Cass. Like, I don't know. I think you're meant to like make your spells in such a way that you don't need 12 check lands unless you're playing like Kaya's Wrath. I kind of want to pressure them because my opponent is currently dying. I also want to crack this Memorial and reload my hand. I like kind of want to make the Walker bigger. This is tough. I think I'm gonna... If I attack them a bunch, the Vanguards just become garbage. Alright, I'm just going to play the Branchwalker. This is fine. It's going to dig us to a spell for next turn anyway. I just want to push as much damage as possible whilst my opponent's, like, you know, not completely set up yet. And then next turn, if we don't draw a spell, we can crack the Memorial and find something to do. Do I just attack with everything? This would be 5, 8, 9, 10. They go to 4. Then they can't even attack with that much stuff. We still have a Branchwalker and a 3/3 back on blocks. Seems great. Alright. Gonna take down the Azorius Aggro Menace. By which I mean the hardly seen Azorius Aggro deck. I agree, Max. So I really like the manipulation decks in principle. I'm gonna play with them more because I think they are, like, quite good. But I'm, like, kinda off the idea of having Paradise Druid in my deck. If like, mono red is such a large chunk of the format. So, I don't know what you do about that, but... Alright, so... If I take the Aspirant... Hey, they're none. Swing with everything. They have 3 blockers. They can go up to 5 when they block with the Vampire. So they, like, block the 2 Branchwalkers, and probably a Llanowar Elf, and then still take a hit off the Harbor and my other Elf. I think I'm kinda into that. And the Aspirant's obviously pretty good because it flies, so it's a pain for them to deal with long term. Just gonna ignore this Teferi. It's just not relevant. Yeoman's Gruul List appeals to you? I kind of like the look of Luke's Gruul List. I need to try that out at some point. The one that's, like, kind of, you know, mono red but plays to the board more is kind of how it looks. It looks sweet to me. Has, like, Collision Colossus, which is a super powerful card. You don't like Yeoman's Gruul? Why don't you like it? I don't really have any strong feelings about it personally, but I'm kind of curious. Alright, so Wildgrowth Walker and Brontodon are awesome. Normally I would like Entrancing Melody against that sort of deck, but... the fact they have Teferi definitely makes this worse than it used to be. How good is River's Rebuke? Bounce all their tribunals and stuff? Their baffling ends? The thing is, they just convoke everything out, right? And they've already flipped their landing by that point. Doesn't seem great. I kind of want to cut more Tamiyos. I think Vivien is quite good. Because she just digs for this stuff. Pout Collector and Collision Colossus both felt awkward. Kind of sad to hear. I'm just going to cut these Tamiyos. I think they're a bit slow. And I am really worried about this card against Teferi, but it seems like so good outside of that. Unsure. I'm just going to try this. Thing is, Teferi's not, like, great against our deck. So taking the melodies out and just having Teferi be, like, kind of bad is appealing. Teferi still resets Wildgrowth Walker, I guess, but... Alright, opponent's off to a much better start this game. This is like what they were missing last game. Functional mana. Being able to cast a 1-drop on 1. What a life. Ooh, Llanowar Elf. I already wanted to play my Wildgrowth Walker this turn, but kind of into the idea of Growth Spiral Llanowar Elf. Try and get that Wildgrowth Walker trigger next turn. Off of 5 mana. Yeah, Teferi seems gross against Pelt Collector. That makes a lot of sense. Alright. So obviously I want to kill the Bodyguard to make things like Legion's Landing worse, but I really want to go Wildgrowth Walker Jadelight Ranger next turn. So I'm just going to take this hit. Jeez. How do we can't kill this. We actually can't kill this, right? We have 0 pieces of removal in our deck for Teferi Guard. Nice removal spell, idiot. Oh my god. This is a lot. Actually don't know how we win this game anymore. Alright. I guess I take their Honor Guard. And then they can never attack me anymore. This is just Moat. I cast Moat. 2 blue. They can attack with their Vanguard and they block with their Honor Guard. I am 100% in for that, Dokamoy. That sounds amazing. That sounds like the best possible outcome. Also, they did not go Glacial Fortress to Fairy, thank God. I would have cried. Block. Deal. Alright. Let's wander this Wildgrowth. I kind of want to get these more Wildgrowth Walker triggers, but I also want to dig to something more high impact, I think. Hey, you count as high impact, friend. High impact magic cards have been located. Hey there, Sage. I'm doing pretty well. Oh no, my Wildgrowth Walker. Is Nissa the best walker in the set? Nissa is very, very good. She might be. She's among the best in standard, I think. Obviously, she's not nearly as good in the older formats. Well then, I guess the Jadelight Ranger's attacking, since it ain't blocking. Then we just have to hope our opponent doesn't have another removal spell in hand. Oh! I should have animated the land and attacked with it. I am so silly. Ah! Because pressuring them is really relevant with the Vanguard in play. Aw, MTG Paper Cut. Thank you so much for that 2-month free sub. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate the continued support. Alright, 2 blockers back. Obviously missed out on 3 damage. There's a world in which if we animate this, they then go like, block with the Bodyguard and whatever it's protecting and sack a Bodyguard, but no! Just don't remove my Llanowar Elf, please. You've encountered a problem. I guess I don't have to block the Vanguard. I can actually take down a 2-1 here. Alright. So, chosen by Dauntless Bodyguard, chosen Dauntless Bodyguard. Cool. And then Nissa goes to 1. So we still need to draw something good. This game is, like, fairly close, considering I feel like things have gone pretty well for us. We tap down the Jadelight. Sure. Spell. Okay, that's a spell. That's a good spell. Animate a forest. People don't pay enough attention to a threat every turn plus Vernal Bloom. Yeah, this card is something else. So they get to tap down the Wildgrowth Walker and then take out the Nissa. But then they're taking a lot on the backswing, and we're only a good top deck away from taking over the game. Obviously they're only a good top deck away from taking over the game too, but I would like to block. Is it crazy that I kind of want to block with the Wildgrowth Walker? My 3/3 is just such a good attacker and doesn't get tapped by the Lore Rune Enforcer. Makes mana. Sure. This seems great, honestly. We don't even have an Explore creature in hand anyway. Yeah, pressures them way more. My opponent's life total is very much a resource with this Vanguard in play. With them on 5. Woo! Strong card. Strong card. Alright. Quality draw step. Acceptable. Am I making a 3/3 or plussing? I feel like it's pretty hard to lose regardless of which I do. Hey there, friend. Hey. How are you? How are you doing, Hydroid Krasis? Cutest little Krasis I ever did see. I don't know how big a Krasis I'm casting, or if I'm even casting it. I might just not be casting this Krasis. Get to fire this off for 6. It's only for 5.
Krasis friends represent less than 3, less than 3, less than 3.
Krasis friends are the best friends, Temperance. Thank you for that 9-month resub. I really, really appreciate the continued support. It means a lot for me. Why is it not 6? Oh, this is a breeding pool. You're correct. I can read. I'm gonna block your Vanguard. I guess I lose a forest. Yeah. Yes, I could have cast the Krasis. I don't know. Giving my opponent a chance is just like, you know, friendly, decent of me. Alright, this deck is nice. Obviously, small sample size, and we drew very well both games, but I'm enjoying it. Six, 8, 7, not even 6, 7, 8. Ruined, I know, right, Max? No worries, Sage. Aw, thank you, J-Luke. Glad you think so. Glad you were able to catch the stream. This hand is nice. Dang. Keep. Ooh, against Gruul. The Gruul Menace. So I can go Forest, Llanowar Elves, next turn Growth Spiral, Branchy. Which sounds pretty good to me. Is blue my favorite color in MTG? Yep. Definitely blue. Don't know what my second favorite is. But blue is definitely my favorite. Let's go ahead and Growth Spiral. Put in this Forest. Cast my Branchy. Alright. We need some late game. But, I mean, our mana is well developed. You could like it when blue gets to be more aggressive and temporary. I kind of like all the aspects of blue. All the different ways of playing it. No! But no! This is... Okay, they did not kill my elf. Thank God. I would have been upset. Honestly. This entrancing melody not looking ideal here. So yes, I'm just gonna get get this memorial into play. Cast my elf and ship the turn back. Ah, good to have you here, Opiate. That's a hell of a thing, Red Jacket. I can honestly say I've not had the privilege of doing that one myself. Ooh. The 4/4s cometh. Can we draw a Hydroid Krasis, please? Hydroid Krasis. I guess I'm not blocking this. Just taking free. So I can steal the Guardian, and that would let me get Domri down to 1. I kind of just want to sack the Memorial this turn, as unexciting as that sounds. Just because it's like, whenever we sack the Memorial, it's going to be a really inefficient turn, regardless. We can like try and dig for something to do, since we're really lacking in gas at the moment. It does sound unexciting, I agree. This Domri is so threatening. It means if we ever find a Wildgrowth Walker, that Wildgrowth Walker just like doesn't actually do very much. 6 mana to activate. Yes, I'm just gonna do this. I can't afford to take too many more hits. Losing a Llanowar Elf obviously kinda sucks. Obviously they could use a removal spell too to blow us out here, but... You think Domri is the best card in the deck? Yeah, I think Domri is very good. Been really impressed by the card. Ooh. We're still gonna struggle here. The Growth Chamber Guardians are scary. Yeah, those are things to do, but we're gonna get our Mana Dork killed. And then we're just so far behind. We can steal this. And then they still have Lily Fall. Can steal this and chump block with it, but I'm like never winning the game. I think I just have no outs, realistically. Gruul. Definitely want Wildgrowth Walker. Definitely want Entrancing Melody. Definitely don't want Immortal Sun. Tamiyo seems like kinda bad. Thrashing Brontodon is pretty rough against the 4/4s deck. Maybe these Rejuvenators like aren't terribly exciting. They get in some chump blocks and then build up to some big Krasis, but can they beat River's Rebuke? That's a good question. A lot of their creatures come down with haste. River's Rebuke is very good against Growth Chamber Guardian. I'm not sure. It's interesting. I am really unsure whether this card is good or not in this matchup. I think the idea of this card is it's really good against like mana dork decks. It's good against the manipulation decks. But I don't think it's what we want here. I'm just gonna try this. See how this plays. Yeah, it seems very good versus Blue-Green Thief, and it seems like decent against Planeswalker decks, maybe? I don't think this is quite the place for it. Honestly, it seems kind of absurd against Blue-Green Thief. They steal all your stuff, and then you just return it to your hand, and you undo, like, all their mana dorks. Reset their incubation druids. You'd be interested to know if they were going up to Sarkans or Dragons. Yeah, that could affect things a bit, for sure. Ooh. They are the best Llanowar Elf deck in the format. Growth Spiral. Rebuke is for white also. Okay, I wasn't sure whether to board it in against white or not. It seems really good against the enchantments though, that they bring in against you. I don't think I want this Growth Spiral. It does build towards a nice Krasis, but I think I'd rather just like dig towards some land or something. Alright, this lets me go Branchwalker, and it doesn't let me go Branchwalker plus Jadelight next turn. I think this is a fine card though. I'm going to keep this on top. Just like blocks well. Make sure that we keep hitting our land drops with this Krasis later. Cannot currently cast Domri, which is great, because we have a 4/3. I'm unsure if I'm boarding out Tamiyo too aggressively. I feel like Tamiyo is pretty unexciting against any deck that's like actively beating down against you. But fire off the Ranger. Not sure whether that was good or not. You can't sideboard in this format. It's a tough format to sideboard in. I would agree with that. Okay. So I guess I'm not casting this Krasis for a little while, because I need it to be able to like block the Phoenix potentially. We've got so many Silvergill Adapts. Look at our army of Silvergill Adapts. That makes sense, Pete. Yeah, I boarded in all the melodies in this matchup and took out all the Tamiyos. I was kind of thinking in that sort of direction. Alright, we get to do a mini Krasis, at least. And I think I just want to do that. It doesn't get to block the Phoenix very well, but I just feel like the Jadelight's not an impactful enough play here. We can try and dig towards an Entrancing Melody. Yep. I asked for land, I got them. I sure did. I sure did. Alright, I'm just gonna block this Growth Chamber Guardian. Shock me, Uwu. You didn't actually have to shock me, opponent. But sure. I get a triple blocked, but then I just lose all my explore creatures and they don't need to use a shock up. It seems pretty rough too. Hey! That's a good one. It might be too little too late, but why not triple? Because they just get to kill all my 2/1s. If they just take the trade, I just like lose all of them, right? Which seems really bad to me. I would like your Kindling Phoenix. This Krasis has to trade with a Guardian, I believe. Hell of a life. I could just start attacking and kill them over 3 turns, but I don't think that's actually going to work. Because we're like behind on life as well. So I think I just have to no attacks here. This is where waiting on the Krasis would have looked good. Like, having a 5/5 just blocks really well, but I think I just needed to fire it off to keep digging through the deck. Still like trades with a Growth Chamber Guardian, which is fine. Alright. Obviously I need to block with this. I can't afford to take 8. Realistically. They make another 4/4. Hey there, Og. Good afternoon to you as well. They're just main phasing these activations, which implies that their hand is not terribly impressive. So that's some relief. Ooh. Interesting. Good magic card, huh? Alright, hopefully we can protect this Vivien well enough with our current board. Wildgrowth Walker, Elvish Rejuvenator. So the Wildgrowth Walker is very good with this Jadelight Ranger if we get to untap. I kind of want to take it. Obviously the Elvish Rejuvenator we'd have just like been super happy to chump block with. So that was kind of appealing for that reason. And like ramping lands is nice with like the Memorial or any Krasis we find off the Vivien. What deck is this? This is a blue-green kind of ramp deck. Built around Nissa and Tamiyo. So I consider just not casting the Walker into a potential coil. Or a Domri. Yeah, that's fair. That was a reasonable point, Max. Kind of figured having the extra blocker down could potentially be relevant against a haste threat or something. Yeah, and we don't know how much mana we're using on the Vivien next turn, which like kind of makes me want to just use my mana that turn. For sure. So I definitely just want to have forests in play. 4, 8, 9. So make a 7/7. Seems decent. I could also make a 4/4 and get my Jadelight down. But I kind of like having the Jadelight in hand for Wildgrowth Walker next turn. 4, 5, 6, 7. Could also make a 6/6 and then the Llanowar Elf can block. Which might be more relevant. 7/7 blocks the Lieutenant, that's true. Alright, I'm kinda in. Wow. I mean, Melody is very good. To be fair, Melody is very, very good. So our board is quite imposing. They don't have anything too good in hand. I think we're not in the worst position. If they can answer this Krasis, though, things get rough for us. fair number of lands. To be fair, there are a lot of lands in this deck, because you're trying to ramp things out, so... We've drawn, like, more than our fair share, but not by that much. It's really an awkward position. They kind of want to kill me, but no, if they leave this Vivien in play, she's going to, like, dig me to Wildgrowth Walkers. Which is really problematic for my opponent. This becomes a 7/7, so it just trades with the Krasis. Actually kind of okay with this, right? Because it takes up all their mana for the turn. And then we just get to steal a Guardian and trade it with another Guardian. And yeah, this seems great, honestly. I think I'm very into this block. And what are they doing wrong at playing Gruul? I don't think their plays have seemed that bad. They've just been like an awkward position against our board. They probably should have, like, I guess they could have attacked more aggressively into the Rekindling Phoenix earlier. Yeah, people pick up new decks sometimes, exactly. I think they're doing just fine. Okay, so this like makes a blocker and ramps me. Which I guess I'm into. Phoenix, I think, wants to kill the Domri this turn. So that they can't fight something with the Domri. So let's just go ahead and get that done. Then we want to not use forests to cast Nissa to the extent that we can help it. Oh, but we do need green mana. This Entrancing Melody? Blue mana, rather. So I guess I'm going to be tapping forests regardless. Yeah. Alright, whatever. Probably should put some more thought into the maths on this, but this seems fine. Take your Growth Chamber Guardian. So if I play a forest, I get to play both of these. Yeah, I kind of figure that your final rank at the end of the month is something you should only worry about in the last, like, actual couple days of the month. And that the rest of the month you should just, like, play whatever you want and learn however you want. Because, like, ultimately if you need to start climbing, it's not, like, the end of the world, right? I think I can afford to spend 2 mana to cycle this Growth Spiral to ramp my mana. I think that sounds fine to me. So I got all the mana in the world. I got all these land drops I wouldn't hate having in play. They really need a burn spell for the Vivien. Take her down a bit. Vivien ult, obviously not particularly beatable. I was kind of scared of this matchup after game 1. I think on the draw it's going to be a bit scary, but we've actually been doing okay. The Enchanting Melodies are super powerful. Ah, that makes sense, Max. And now you feel like you just have such a big climb to make. Oh, yike. Alright. I mean, that's very beatable. We get to minus our Vivien. Or they could just not attack the Vivien. And I could ultimate my Vivien. Wait, so I just don't block and I ultimate my Vivien, right? And then I have 6, 16. Yeah, I just don't block. Noble Ox. Alright, game 3. Huh. Wonder if on these forced landings they have Skargan Hellkites and Rekindling Phoenix. They don't have like any other flyers, so they probably have like 6 flyers in their deck the forced landings can even hit. I feel like 1 copy is probably good, but that the second copy might be overkill. Yeah. Let's try this. I think if we have like a second copy in our deck, there's just going to be games where you like draw both copies and your opponent draws no flyers, and then that gets really awkward. But I think the first copy is pretty high upside, considering that Rekindling Phoenix and Hellkite are both reasonably scary cards for us. This is a very unexciting 7. I think I meant to keep and just hope to draw decently. Because we have the turn 1 elf. We no longer have the turn 1 elf. Oh. No, no, Magic. Why are you doing this to me? What did I do to deserve this? I don't understand. Bring back a Lily Demonic Tutor. I don't even know what I could Demonic Tutor for anymore. I feel so far behind. Any tips for a newer player for larger tournaments? You do well at your LGS but tend not to do as well in larger tournaments. Yeah, I agree with Red Jacket's comment. Keep grinding. Make down notes after every match. Like, try not to get too stressed about it. I know that's, you know, not the best advice, but like, I really just need Entrancing Melody next turn. But like, if you see the big tournaments as these things you like have to do well at, then you're just gonna be in like a much worse headspace for actually competing in them, because you're gonna be focused on that rather than, you know, focused on learning and trying to play well. Cass, thank you for converting that sub. I have no idea. I guess I just need Entrancing Melody, right? Is my thinking. I think I just have to graveyard anything that isn't Entrancing Melody at this point. Because I need to take this Phoenix. Or this Ripjaw Raptor. You thought you already had? This has been a weird game. They've had none of their early aggression. We've had all of our mana sources. This Ripjaw Raptor is actually kind of problematic for our deck, weirdly. Okay, I guess I am shaking the world. Oh, that was a mistake. I wanted to animate a non-forest, right? Because if I untap with Nissa, I want as many forests as possible. I guess I'm animating this Memorial and jumping with the Memorial. Feeling a bit silly. How many lands am I running? Too many. That's a joke. We just been drawing weirdly, but... Alright, so you can run a double block on the Ripjaw, or they can Lava Coil my land, and I can jump block the Ripjaw and feel a little sad. And then draw a Hydroid Krasis. Come on, Hydroid Krasis. Opponent's gonna cast no spells. I'm gonna draw Hydroid Krasis. It's gonna be amazing. Step 1 failed. If I insist on drawing a land every turn, maybe we should be playing Tatiova and Wayward Swordtooth. Strong. Alright, guess I will cast this Growth Spiral. Cool. Strong game. Strong showing. Oh my gosh, that was heartbreaking. Losing to Gruul. It's kind of wild to me. Lots of people keep winning with Gruul. I don't really understand how. Like, whenever I play the deck, it just feels... It feels like you, like, have to have your perfect curve out a lot. If you stumble a bit in either direction, it gets really awkward. Kind of has that, like, white weenie problem where you're looking for, like, very specific hands. But, like, people keep winning with the deck. So there must be something to it. You get to beat up on the Walker-based decks. Yeah, that's reasonable, Cambo. Lots of haste critters. Things that are good against Deafening Clarion. I guess Kaya's Wrath is a bit more scary, but you still have, like, Phoenix against that. This hand's nice. I'm very into everything going on here. Less into it, but you know, take what you're given. Hi. It's a Merfolk Branchwalker right there. So like a bit of me wants to grow Spiral. Guess I'm just gonna play my own Branchwalker and trade with theirs. So lucky. We got Silvergill Adept. They got 3/2/1. I don't know any analog for 3/2 Surveil 1, but you know. Silvergill Adept clearly superior in this scenario. Whisper Agent. They got a Whisper Agent for 2 mana. That's a good rate. The Gruul package was Dreadhorde, Butcher, Assassin's Trophies, and Lily. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Doesn't sound like the worst thing. I mean, Dreadhorde Butcher is actually, like, pretty appealing in a Gruul style deck. So what am I casting here? I feel like the Rejuvenator uses my mana best. So I guess that's what I'm doing. We didn't whiff either. So lucky. This comes in tapped, right? Cool. Gruul command the Jund command the Dreadhorde. What's motivating Jund to command the Dreadhorde? What's the idea behind it, Cass? Huh? Right. That is terrifying. Oh my god, Mason! Thank you so much for the 6-month resub, Mason. That means a lot to me. Thank you for the continued support. It's good to see you. I worry that we're gonna die pretty soon. Not really sure how I deal with Bolus at Citadel. I do get to have a really nice turn here, though. There's text to speech for subs. It was on yesterday, I think, Og. I'm pretty sure it was on yesterday. Maybe I accidentally didn't put it on. Alright. So we don't have counter spells in our main deck. Does make this a bit scary. Admittedly, we're gonna go real hacking big next turn. Text to speech is powerful. Oh boy, yep. That deck is nice. I have the Immortal Sun all set up. Okay. So what am I doing? Could I just cast a big Krasis? Just kinda where I'm leaning. Could also cast this Tamiyo and force them to cast the Immortal Sun sooner. Tamiyo returning Nissa is actually not the worst, because then we have a Nissa in play to cast the biggest Hydroid Krasis you've ever seen next turn. It does not, as far as I'm aware, Dockmoy. Yeah, I like this plan. I'm gonna get back Nissa. Obviously they can Immortal Sun me, but then I still just have infinite mana. Literally infinite. Which is a sizable quantity of mana. Can't make the Immortal Sun a 6/6. That's just sloppy deck building right there, it sure is. Oh my gosh. Fight a Field of Ruin. That's kind of nice against our lands. Little bit of yike. Yeah, that's correct, Malamet. That is my understanding. I wonder if I meant to animate a forest because of this. I figured I wanted to animate the thing that doesn't make double mana of Nissa in case it trades off in combat, but... Carry on my wayward dino. Do you think this deck is better than Sultai? I have no idea. This is only my third match for the deck. I think it's sweet. Whatever that means. So we can steal the dino. How big a Krasis do I want to make? So I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 mana. I don't have any answers in my deck to dig for with Tamiyo for Citadel. I would like to steal the Swordtooth this turn. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 mana. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and steal the Swordtooth now. I'm like worried about not having enough time to do everything. So I can't actually count this properly as a result. I'm just going to take game actions. I should probably be attacking them with free freeze at the moment. Yeah, I missed out on an attack with a free free. It's actually really relevant because pressuring their life total was nice. When they have Citadel in hand. It was a slight mistake. Probably meant to animate a Harbor so they can't kill a double mana source, but... Okay, I'd rather the Harbor die because the Harbor only makes 1 mana. So 8, 9, 10. So do this for 8. Decent. I had to play 2 lands because of the Sword Tooth. Nice. What am I looking for here? Why is my title always sponsored now? Because I'm part of the MPL. I guess like the final entrancing melody would be kind of nice. I don't know. Feels like all my cards aren't terribly exciting at the moment. More Nissas? Nah. They have this Immortal Sun in hand. I guess they can't cast this time because they need to Citadel though, so maybe. Yeah. That's a good one. They need to dodge lands the rest of this time though. Oh geez. What a life. That's such a tilt. At least they lose their Wildgrowth Walker. It's like something. Means they're not going to gain any more life to use on this Citadel. Combo. Massacre Girl and a board state. I'm still not sure how I feel about Massacre Girl. I feel like there are loads of times that this card should look awkward. But I keep having it look absurd against me. Get back this entrancing melody. So I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 mana, 13 mana. So float some mana. I can... I kind of want to take this Massacre Girl. Don't know if that's good or not, but I feel like having a menacing creature is going to be nice. Means we can protect this Nissa from getting attacked down, keep our mana doubler in play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could make it 4/4. I feel like if I attack with this, they probably block it. I'd rather just get a Jadelight Ranger in play. Graveyard, because we have one in play already. And they're going to cast Immortal Sun next turn. Alright. We need them to have a really bad Citadel turn. But this Krasis is potentially quite scary. It's really awkward. Rejuvenator lets the Massacre Girls chain really easily. Uh-huh. Alright, so you get to attack Nissa with the Jadelight. Oh, and the Citadel. Yike. This is so bad for me. I really regret not attacking with my land last turn now. It's so hard to know what to expect out of my opponent's deck. Like, I really wasn't expecting Finality when they have, like, Citadel and they're grabbing expensive artifacts off Khan. Alright. Please let my Krasis live. I like my Krasis. Very much like to untap with my Krasis. You get back Wildgrowth Walker Jadelight. That's really good with the Citadel. Having a Wildgrowth Walker. And they're going to grab an answer for the Krasis. Maybe a Meteor Golem. Diamond Mare. That's also sweet with Citadel. Makes every card cost one less life, essentially. Okay. Wildgrowth Walker, sure. So now they get the top card off the deck. But it has an interesting deck. It's sweet. This is a very cool deck. I feel like if we played this game slightly differently, maybe we could have won it. I've never really played against the Citadel deck before, which is making it really tough to know what to do. Also, we were under like a lot of time pressure, right? It's making it hard to figure out the lines in time. Alright, I'm fairly sure we cannot come back from this. Interesting. Aw, DC. Thank you. Immortal Sun. I guess we take out our Immortal Sun if they're playing bears. Bring in some Brontodons. Bring in some Negates. How do we feel about River's Rebuke? River's Rebuke could be sweet. Resets all their nonsense. Also, they get like lots of ETBs off Wildgrowth Walker and Chupacabra and stuff. Make this a bit less exciting. Yeah, Rebuke could be good. I'm unsure. But Rebuke is for the Dreadhorde decks. I assume that's part of the reason for it. It's also good against the manipulation decks. Alright, I think I like something like this. I do worry when I take out all the Tamiyos that I'm just going like too low on actual card advantage. I'll play first. This is a fine 7. Very into the 7. Ramps its mana nicely. Alright, yes, I just Growth Spiral this turn. Because it gives me more info for the Branchwalker trigger, and I want to do it now in case I draw a Llanowar Elf. Alright, so cast this first to maximize info for this trigger so that we know what spells we're looking for. Cast my Branchwalker. Then we're going to have a turn for Nissa, which is kind of great. Ooh, Thrashing Bee. We really want a Brontodon. Brontodon sounds great, because we need to be able to kill Citadel. We also really want a Hydroid Krasis, but maybe it's just like too hard to take out all the Tamiyos because you really need the ability to dig for Krasis to actually go over the top of people. Thrashing Bee is such a cutie. Dinosaurs are adorable. Alright. No, my Nissa. Whatever will I do? However will I win the game without Nissa? I can't imagine. Does Pete Ward write articles anywhere? I don't think he does. Which is kind of surprising. He seems to understand the game pretty well. Alright. Cast another Nissa. Want to untap Forest, because then I can cast my Thrashing Bee. We're putting on so much pressure. We're kind of weak to finality. There's like not a huge amount I can do about that, sadly. It's kind of just what my draw is. Mm-hmm. So, if I just don't think I can beat a finality this game, honestly. It's the reality of the situation. I guess they'd finality, we'd still have Nissa in play. Maybe it's fine. In that case, I kind of want to just, like, Melody a blocker. Attack for as much as possible. Yeah, Melody to max damage, I agree. I get to plus on this island. Attack all. Obviously Chupacabra trades with the Branchy. Now, even if they finality, my opponent just dies to the Nissa. So I think my opponent's on a 0 out of... Oh! Massacre Girl. Jeez, I messed up. I meant to steal the Chupacabra so that the Jadelight has to block so there's no X1s in play, because then Massacre Girl doesn't sweep the board anymore. So I actually messed that up really badly. I did not get punished, but I meant to force the Jadelight to chump block because of Massacre Girl. Anyway, did not get punished. Why would we ever get punished? These are really kind of mopey. They don't have Krasis in that deck. Maybe the Entrancing Melodies are just like kind of medium. Like, I think there are times when we want to steal Wildgrowth Walker. And there are times when we want to steal the 5/5. But that a lot of the times is going to be unexciting. Yeah, people just don't respect Massacre Girl enough. That's why she does all the killing. Alright. That was nearly disastrous. This is a bit slow. Might not be a keep, but I figure we can like steal a Llanowar Elf if they have one, which is nice. Catches us up a bit. Obviously the Explore beatdown draw is going to be pretty good against us here though, if that's what my opponent has. Alright, Rebuke resets Wildgrowth Walker, so that's nice. And we drew a Branchy, which is amazing. Just a nice blocker. Protect our Tamiyo. Alright, I'm just going to take this, and then I think I'm just stealing that elf. Take away a mana source from them. No! I don't get to use the elf this time. How's it going? It's going great, Sora. Life is good. Enjoying this deck too. This deck is fun. No! My breeding pool! I guess I'm just finding an island. Missing out on my Nissa value. Is this the Simic Steel deck? No, this is a Simic Ramp deck. It does have Entrancing Melody, but we don't have Mass Manipulation in this list. It's like a tiny bit smaller than the Mass Manipulation deck. It's been pretty nice so far. We drew our best card. I think she's going to get Assassin's Trophied, but I think I'm also fine with that. I think I'm very okay with her getting Assassin's Trophied. Because it means that we get to ramp into this Krasis really nicely. This deck is Pete Ward's. He got to the semi-finals of an MCQ this last weekend with it. Different MCQ. I mean, we don't ramp as dedicatedly as the manipulation decks. The manipulation decks have this, like... Jeez. Alright. I mean... They lose their stuff too. I guess it's kind of fine, honestly.
Hourly Hype, you and this community are amazing.
Aww.
And I'm so glad I found this place. Lily love Hourly Hype.
Thank you so much for the continued support, Kate. It means a lot to me. And thank you for the really kind words too. I'm really glad you found this place. I'm really glad this place has turned out to be such a positive place as well. Just very happy with how everything is going at the moment. Especially very happy with how casting Hydroid Krasis is going at the moment too. Y'all are great. My Nissa. I love my Nissa. I don't think anyone's published their runs on YouTube yet. My opponent's kind of running out of spells over there. Is it weird? I kind of want to Rivers Rebuke them. So that the Massacre Girl can't kill Nissa. That's probably just bad. I'm probably just meant to Tamiyo plus. Well, I could Tamiyo minus and get the Entrancing Melody. Can I Entrancing Melody the Massacre Girl this time? Huh? Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate you. So we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we cannot Entrancing Melody this turn. I think regardless of what happens, I'm casting this Nissa. This Tamiyo. Let's just do that. Let's see where that takes us. Alright. Hydroid Krasis, I believe. Also a world in which we're meant to name Negate, but we only have 2 of those in the deck. Obviously mill 1 after I say that. Sure, Sora, go ahead. Feel free to ask. Kinda worried if I keep animating lands that it's gonna get to destroy them all with like a finality or something. That's probably fine. Alright, tap this for green. Cast this Llanowar Elf. This Llanowar Elf's pretty rough against the second Massacre Goal, I guess. The second Massacre Goal means we get to untap with both our Planeswalkers intact. Doesn't even kill the...
Happy Tuesday. Hope your day is going well, smile.
Thank you so much for the 11-month resub, Fuzzy. That means a lot to me. My day is going great. My day is going very, very well. Thank you for the continued support. I don't know if I meant to attack the Krasis. I kind of want lots of blockers back for the Massacre Goal, but maybe getting in damage is more relevant. Currently Massacre Goal, a second Massacre Goal sweeps the board anyway, so I guess I'm just going to cast this. And dig for spells. And the second Massacre Goal is just a copycat, pay them no heed. Yes. Yes, I would like a jellyfish. Thank you for asking. You're thinking that it might be a good idea to try and switch Viashino Pyromancer for Burning Prophet. You can keep it in post-board for your Wizard's Lightnings. The Scrying allows you to help mitigate some of the low count issues, and it provides early aggression in the mirror that doesn't die to shock. That's interesting. So... I think, like, in the abstract, I did have the second Math Goal. I think in the abstract, Viashino Pyromancer is just, like, a better Magic card. However, if people are prepared for Mono-Red, and that's making Mono-Red worse, that's definitely, like, starts to become an argument for moving away from a card like Viashino Pyromancer. So I could kind of see it from that angle. But I'm not sure. Yeah, I know Cass has explored it. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I really just want to take this Massacre Goal so they can't pressure my Planeswalkers at all. That sounds great. So we're gonna do this. Minus Entrancing Melody. Then I think next turn we're gonna get a Negate back. Because that sounds excellent to me. You feel Viashino is becoming even more relevant because it attacks Planeswalkers. That's a very reasonable point. I guess the 1/3 Burning Prophet does just kind of suck against free mana to Fairy. Wow, finality. All our lands are dying. It's so heartbreaking. It's also kind of not mattering, but... I'm just going to cast a huge Krasis and redraw lands, right? Love these Rivers Rebukes just chilling here. Maybe I was meant to cast the Krasis for 2 less, so I could get back Negate with my Tamiyo. I don't even know. Get a backup Nissa, maybe? Alright. Actually ended up winning these. Game 1 was tough, but he didn't draw the Citadel in these post-board games. We just went way over the top. So now I just cast my Rivers Rebuke. Have lethal. The most unnecessary Rivers Rebuke the world has ever seen. Oh. Just like massive overkill Rivers Rebuke. We even have an Entrancing Melody in the graveyard for the Tamiyo to like clear a blocker out of the way, but I'm kind of into overkill. Alright, let's take at least one more of this. I'm enjoying it. It's actually felt pretty reasonable. What was it we lost to? Oh, we lost to Gruul, but we flooded really horribly in one of those games. But so far we've beaten White Weenie and we've beaten Golgari. If the Golgari deck had had Casualties of War in it, we might have been in quite a bit of trouble. Of note. That card is actually just like absurd against us. When we're looking to ramp things out with all our mana. Getting to kill a Planeswalker, a land, and like a mana dork. Or even 2 lands, because you animate a land. It just gets to kill both of them. No! My Llanowar Elf. I love my Llanowar Elf. He was a good elf. Alright, don't Lava Coil me. If you could be so kind. No Lava Coil. Well then. And they missed a land drop, I think. We don't want a second Nissa. I've already got one. Just want to hit my land drops. Okay, and find more explore creatures. Yeah. Opt resolves. Just desperately looking for lands or lava coils. Rip. That was abrupt. So Forced Landing seems absurd. Puts Phoenixes on the bottom. Immortal Sun seems very bad. Wildgrowth Walker seems very good. I don't think Brontodon is good. It's just like a 3-4 against them, against the Lava Coil deck. Vivien can kill a Crackling Drake though, which I'm pretty excited about. Also unsure about Entrancing Melody. I think stealing a Drake is like really good. It's mana intensive, but we've got like a bunch of ramp in our deck. So maybe we can get there. I think Tamiyo is probably unexciting. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring in all the melodies. I don't know if they're good or not. But Crackling Drake is a very scary card for us. And like, if we steal a Crackling Drake, their Lava Coils are already really taxed in this matchup. So potentially it ends up living. Hey, that's Solanas. Alright, game up. Sometimes that happens to the Phoenix deck. You're relying a lot on your cantrips to help you hit your land drops. Sometimes you're just not going to find them. I don't know about this one. Forced landing is so good against them. If we draw like a forest or an island, I guess we have to draw specifically forest. I'm going to keep this, but it might not be good enough. Hey there, Leafwind. Good to see you. Alright, that is a good draw. Wildgrowth Walker pads out our curve a bit. Tuned in just in time for a hand sucks. Keep it anyway, yep. That's the life we lead around these hair parts. Nice. That is an amazing draw. Now this hand's great. Now this is just perfect. Am I going to be at Birmingham for the Magic Fest? I will be there. I haven't made any plans for it yet, because it's a few months out, but I fully intend to be there. I try and make it to all the English ones, just because, you know, obviously know a lot of people at them, and they're pretty easy to get to. I really want to be able to melody this Electromancer. Maybe I just play the Memorial Pass, hold up Forced Landing. Untap, melody the Electromancer. That sounds kind of nice to me. We have to get this down at some point, right? These are some good top decks. I said they were pretty easy to get to, jeez. Altering my wording. Alright, obviously this is not the dream for this melody, but since they have another Electromancer in play anyway, I think we still just want to take it. Finale. Please no Phoenix. They do Phoenix us. We have this Forced Landing and a Jadelight Ranger, so it's not the end of the world. Alright, let's not finding Phoenixes. Opponent is not a very lucky, is it, Phoenix player? It's like 0 Phoenixes in the top 17. Oh my gosh, Fuzzy. Is it modern for that one? I'm assuming it is based on that comment. This is like a bit awkward. I don't really want them to kill a forest, but I do want to have Forced Landing up, so... Birmingham is modern. Sweet. It'll be right after the MC as well, so I'll have like a decent idea of what I want to play. Won't have to do too much preparation. I think we're in a really good spot here. This Hydroid Krasis is also just amazing. If we ever get to untap with this Nissa. Ooh, discarded a Phoenix. Step 1. Incoming Stone Rain. No more Phoenixes, please. What did they discard? Oh, Beacon Bolt. Yike. Yike. Alright. It's pretty good. Beacon Bolt's very good at answering this Hydroid Krasis. Still get to draw some cards, but don't have a shock as well. At least our opponent's running out of cards. Obviously a bit problematic. They have some sort of instant up here. I don't know when the timing on this is. They could have counter spells in against me, so I might just want to do it now. So get rid of this Phoenix, which is nice. Opponent needs to like shuffle their library to ever see it again. Now we have a 2-1 for their Electromancer too. Pre-Ranger because of Pierce, good point. I was thinking about denying them info, but yeah, playing around Spell Pierce makes sense. I think Spell Pierce in against like the ramp deck feels a bit loose, but no reason not to play around it. Saheeli is gross, if they ever find a Crackling Drake. Alright, believe I'm playing this Hydroid Krasis. Stock up on cards. Save this Melody to take a Drake. Then we have like a Krasis to block the Hasty Drake. And the Melody to take the Summoning Sick one. So the most likely thing they do is just Beacon Bolt the Krasis. Yeah. They got rid of a Tormenting Voice. Their final card must be good. Hey there, Donut. Alright, what am I doing with this Nissa? How am I casting her? Figuring out how to cast Nissa is always such a pain. Honestly. I think I'm not casting Melody this turn. So I might as well tap the Memorials. And then I get to use these two to cast these and still have my land untapped. Alright, which am I untapping? Probably the island. So I don't want to expose a forest to removal. How's life? Life is good. Kind of wish I knew what to play in Standard, but outside of that, no real complaints. Very happy at the moment. Oh, this is nice. They just have no spells left. Obviously, a Crackling Drake off the top at any point is lethal. But I think we're currently quite a bit ahead. This is like almost good enough to keep. I guess I keep it. It's like right on the verge of good enough to keep on top. Certainly not exciting, but oh my gosh. They weren't actually dead if they have Crackling Drake in their deck, but you think we just bin it in search of Krasis? I kind of respect that line, Bobbin. Just like find the Krasis so we can block Crackling Drake. Seems very reasonable to me. Alright. I'm gonna quickly head to the bathroom. I'm gonna play another match or two of this deck. I'm actually really enjoying it. This feels really powerful too. I'll put it up on screen for those who haven't looked at it properly whilst I'm out of the room for a moment here. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I return. Let's keep playing games. This deck is nice. You score 0 out of 10. She's over there somewhere. The window is actually in front of me. Window is currently in my line of sight. This hand is so close to good. This is probably not actually a keep, but you know, live a little. Oh god, we kept against Jim. This keep is now on stream. Never mind, we drew a Hinterland Harbor, we're great. Perfect. I was not a big fan of the Planeswalker Momir format. I know a lot of people did enjoy it. Did not terribly enjoy it myself. Felt like it didn't have the same sort of soul behind it as normal Momir. I really like normal Momir. I think normal Momir is fine. Haters. But, was not a huge fan of Planeswalker Momir. So I want to kill this Teferi. Whilst it's, easy to. We've been drawing very well, hitting our land drops like this. I guess I could just cast a Llanowar Elf to ensure I get my Nissa down next turn. MTGO Momir is much better, that is true. The larger the card pool, the more enjoyable it is, right? What is the appeal of Momir? Just like reading board states. It's like very good for teaching you to read board states in my experience. That's more of a thing in like MTGO Momare where there are just loads of weird and wild cards. But it's very good for teaching you to improve at that aspect of things. I guess I just animate this forest. I don't really want the forest to die is the thing, but I don't want to lose my second blue source. I don't know. Maybe I'm just meant to animate the island instead. I don't have a use for the second blue at the moment anyway. Exposing my forests to removal is just like kind of nonsense. It is a Jim Davis. I wonder if he's streaming at the moment. If so, y'all should go watch both sides. Get to bounce a forest. We still get to cast a big Krasis regardless. Alright. Resolves. Get to kill this Teferi Root easily. Okay. So, play my forest. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to make a 6/6 Krasis. Not certain the final piece of Krasis is better than just getting in free damage against the Dreadhorde deck, to be honest. I might just get in free damage. I'm actually kind of into that idea. Just draw 2 cards. So I can animate this island. I could also just get this memorial into play instead, and then, yeah, that's also nice. Alright, we figured it out, chat. This is going to attack the Teferi, and then we get to Growth Spiral. Put this memorial into play, ramp our mana a bit more. That's fair, Squirmat. EDH is also good for teaching you to read board states. EDH also feels like unrealistic for teaching you to read board states though, because a lot of the stuff is just like very extraneous to how normal Magic functions. So we have to do this now. This is kind of fine, we just get to kill these. Right? They like deal with these two, but then we can kill the Planeswalkers really easily, because Nissa is busted. That's, I would not describe Momare as normal Magic. Agree. Alright, so making a 3/3 and swinging with a 3/3. I kind of want to just make a Krasis, honestly. The flying is so relevant. 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Okay, Entrancing Melody's not bad. That deals with Wildgrowth Walker really well. We don't have anything to cast with 2 mana, so I'm going to untap a not forest. And then I'm going to kill Vraska. Or force the chump block. Either way is fine. Vraska's very good at answering Krasis, so getting her off board seems nice. Discard this. Elvish Rejuvenator. This game is like a little tense. I think my opponent hasn't had any... Oh, Wildgrowth Walkers is nice though. I do get to ultimate Nissa next turn if I want. It doesn't... I guess it might just be good. We have Tamiyo to rebuy Nissa then. I think given the opportunity I would 100% ultimate this Nissa. Someone's talking about my hand in Jim's chat. How delightful. Ooh, discarding the Elvish Rejuvenator is rough against Command the Dreadhorde. Did not think about that one. Bounce the land. Hit Nissa to 7. Jim's now on 4 though. Both his Command the Dreadhordes have been really unexciting. Yeah, I agree, Cosmic Autumn. It's not the best thing for someone to be doing. He's just dead. So we can steal the Rejuvenator, yeah. Agree. Good point, well presented. I'm so not used to killing my opponents. But I guess you have to do it from time to time. Actual chat lethal? Since when does that ever happen? Alright. Huey started a trend. Wildgrowth Walker seems very bad against the Teferi Vraska deck. Immortal Sun seems pretty nice, must be said. Entrancing Melody is also bad against the Teferi deck, it feels like. Do I want some Negates? Kinda. I'm kind of worried that without Entrancing Melody it's like pretty hard for us to answer an out of control Wildgrowth Walker. No worries, Mathemagics. I was slightly confused, but it's fine. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can try this. I am... Discarding the Rejuvenator won me the game. That is wild. I'm a little bit worried that we could just lose to Wildgrowth Walkers without Entrancing Melody in our deck. Maybe this is just a bad way of sideboarding. Maybe you're meant to take out Tamiyos when you're bringing in the second Immortal Sun. Alright. This is on the slower side, but I'm going to keep it. Rebuke catches us back up anyway. Perfect hand. Something. I'm not sure I'd go with perfect. Sure is something. We need to play more of the Dreadhorde deck. Tomorrow, probably. Tomorrow is going to be a nice long stream. Got a lot of things I want to try out. Kind of want to figure out a macro archetype that I'd like to play for the Envy by the end of tomorrow. I've been playing a bunch off stream too, so kind of working things out slowly. Wow, just nothing in the first 3 turns. That's wild. Oh my god. I'm never playing with this card ever again. The worst thing is we put like Llanowar Elves and Growth Spiral to the bottom, which is everything I want to draw right now. Super powered Aura Bolus, yep. I'm so upset right now. Found where the lands aren't, we sure did. Elvish Rejuvenator. Alright, there's the Jadelight Ranger. Ooh, this is a good one. Good thing we have this River's Rebuke. No cards in our yard to be reanimated. So yeah, my aim for this week, I think, tomorrow I'm going to do a bunch more standard. Figure out which macro archetype I want to like soft lock into. And then I'm probably actually going to do a bunch of modern streams. Because I need to figure out a modern deck for the NV2. I don't really have one I'm a big fan of at the moment, so... How's the deck been so far? It's been pretty nice. It's felt very powerful. Nissa and Krasis are obviously just like super strong. You just need to find the right home for them. It's felt like it's a bit better against the aggressive decks than the Yoink deck is. Will I please attack for 21 on turn 2? I might try that deck out. It looks interesting. What archetype gained the most so far from Modern Horizon spoilers? Jeez, I couldn't even begin to figure that one out. I've actually not been thinking too much about Modern Horizons. Simply because I have the MB coming up. I need a standard deck and a modern deck for that tournament. So I'm very focused on figuring that out at the moment. It legitimately might be Burn. Burn got what was it? It got the lands, right? Those seem very good in Burn. I would agree with that. Can I go Nissa into River's Rebuke? I'm worried that I'm going to get Dovin's vetoed if I do that. 5, 6, 7. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'd need to play Breeding Pool. And then I can do that. I think Dovin's vetoes are going to be pretty hard for us to beat regardless. Sadly. So yes, I'm just going to do this. Nice. Untap this. Cast this River's Rebuke. Pick up your stuff. That was pretty good. I wonder what his response to that was. I'm really curious. It's kind of sad using that before the Dreadhorde turn, but... having the board clear for this Nissa is just really nice. It finds the green source for the second Jadelight. Decent. There was a recent Japanese Golgari land destruction deck. That is accurate. People have actually had pretty good success with it. So on to Field of Ruin to start. You either hit the blue source or you can hit the beacon. Oh, he does have a basic. Alright, that's kind of annoying. Not everyone does. So I could just cast this for 4 cards. Kinda wanna go a bit bigger than that though. Obviously this just dies to Vraska, but we've got a chump blocker to keep our Nissa in play. Also we have some lands. Apparently. Oh, they have a cast now. This is bad. We're gonna lose our Nissa. Alright. At least I got the backup Nissa, which is looking pretty good. If only he knew. I'd rather he doesn't, but you know. This Negate's really good. Should hopefully be really good. Animate this forest, move to combat, take down this Vraska. Oh, I didn't want to animate a forest because I want to be able to block the Jadelights nicely. Yeah, maybe what I'm actually meant to do is animate the memorial. Because then I can sack the memorial on blocks, which is really nice. It's then like pretty rough if he goes to kill the memorial though. This game has been very strange. Is it time to command some Dreadhordes? Is that the life we're leading over there? I wonder what's Alright. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something before Tristani went on the stack. I wonder what the better free drop is than Rejuvenator. Or maybe you do just go back to playing Incubation Druids, I don't know. I mean, we can take these down in combat. I lose some lands, but it's fine. Kinda want to keep Nissa around. No, Trostani is good with command because you mill her over and then you can get her back and undo any manipulation that's happened. Stops people manipulating your giant Wildgrowth Walkers. This is clearly the wrong block. What am I doing? Dirt. Yeah, I was talking. I am not quite that silly. Reasonably silly, but... We have some Merfolk Branchwalkers. Powerful magic. Chewing through these lands one by one. These are actually really nice. It means we don't have to block as aggressively with the lands. This can go to the yard. This can go to the library. That one seems like a good one to keep right on top. So I kind of want all my forests in play. I guess I can just afford to pay 2 life, right? I don't want to telegraph the Negate, though. Is the thing. I guess I can also just afford to animate a forest instead. I just don't want to expose my island. I don't want them killing the island and then cutting me off Negate, but I also want to be like getting all my forests in play. Whisper Agents have done well. Milled away the worst spell in our deck, found the best spell in our deck. What more could we ask for? Oh, can you plus on nothing? Up to 1, yeah. To play around, you'd play around Massacre Girl by doing that, max. Or like Wrath effects, which could be reasonable sometimes. I've yet to have it ever come up, but it's possible I was meant to do that in one of my games at the Mox. Okay. I mean, gonna do the obvious blocks. If they have Massacre Girl, I lose my board. This way. Can technically play around that, right? Can double block the forests on Trostani. And then put the Branchwalkers on these. It might just be correct. This is a weird turn. I just want to play around Massacre Girl. I feel like it's pretty hard to lose if we play around Massacre Girl, because Dreadhold doesn't do anything. Oh yeah, Nissa is absurd. Nissa is just like clearly one of the best cards in Standard. I've been very impressed by the card. So I get to do this for more if I do it post-combat, I guess. So I do want to hit for 9. And Autumn is just too good. Heckin' nice. I'll take that one. I will take that one. It's been a few days since I've made a reasonable play in this game. I guess I can just leave this open. So this is 9. Just do it for 8. I'll do it for 9. That seems good. I grew some growth spirals we can cast on my opponent's turn. Growth Spiral Breeding Pool is heckin' nice with Nissa in play, just like 0 mana rampant growth. So, A4 Bobby Bonita, thank you so much for becoming a Knight of Autumn. Really appreciate the support. Everyone gets some love in chat for our new knight. That was a nice game, I'm not gonna lie. The Forests match, we can fix that one. Alright, I think I'm gonna keep playing this deck. I'm really enjoying this. It actually feels like kind of legit too. I'm not playing on Thursday. I wasn't invited. So I guess he is gonna fade me. Y'all literally saw me figure that one out on stream. There is like videographic proof that it wasn't ghosting. You're proud of me? Aww. Thank you, Skybills. Appreciate you. It's really nice to have you here. Alright. This is way better now. Chat just wants to believe that anybody who plays around a card is ghosting. Isn't that true? Keep that game with Spy of Lands, Vraska, Massacre Girl on the perceived strength of Massacre Girl versus Nissa. I mean, Massacre Girl is very, very good against Nissa, to be fair. There's like been loads of games where that's blown me out. I just didn't line up well that game, since we both missed out on our mana dorks. Autumn's not in standard, that's a win. That is helpful for Jim's cause. Massacre Girl is very peaceful if everyone respects them. Massacre Girl only kills people if, you know, they don't show respect for Massacre Girl's influence around the area. Oh no, Skybills. Yeah, I get that sort of anxiety. I'm pretty lucky in that, like, it doesn't really matter where I end up due to already being qualified. Otherwise, I would be, like, a little bit anxious to play for that reason. I don't know. I kind of figured that, like, is this good? This is probably bad against blue-green. Let's just mill it. I kind of figure, like, if you're good enough to get to, like, you know, the top 600s, you can probably get back there if you need to. Okay, we're just way too slow against this Nissa. 100% blocking. I was not lying, opponent. Ooh. Can steal a land, maybe? Okay, that's just... We just need a blue source for this Entrancing Melody. I'm getting rid of that elf. And we do not have any explore creatures for this Wildgrowth Walker. Yeah, you just want to get to that MQW and get to compete. That makes sense. Mono red or mono blue for an MCQ this weekend? I don't know. I'm not like super keen on either deck's positioning at the moment, but I think both of them are like fine choices. Both of them are like capable of winning tournaments. Kind of just want to keep eating through lands. We also have to attack this Nissa at some point though. Gruul's too big right now for us to want to play mono blue. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just going to hope to draw that blue source and take this Glacial Fortress, because then I can actually like try and pressure this Nissa okay. How do we do this? I suspect the answer is we don't. These Rejuvenators have looked really bad. These need to be something else. I don't know what they should be, but I'm like very off these Rejuvenators in Pete's list. You've been maining Ashiok plus Kaya. Oh, those seem really good at the moment. Because they beat up on the Dreadhorde deck. That's really smart. Because, like, Orzhov is a color combination that would normally struggle against Dreadhorde too, because you don't get counter magic. So, having some way to attack the graveyard seems real good. Hear that, peanut butter? Yeah, I feel like Mono Blue would actually be pretty good, if not for the fact that Mono Red and Gruul are both very popular at the moment, and I think both those matchups are pretty tough. Okay. They get to ult Nissa before the Krasis can hit her, though. Yeah, I think we're just not gonna win this one. I'm gonna play this for like one more turn in case my opponent makes a mistake, but I suspect we are dead. Awesome, Skyballs. You have a good playstyle for best of one. I was pretty bad at best of one, I think. Really, really enjoy sideboarding. And like the interactive element of that. They both require like pretty different approaches, I guess. You need to get better at sideboarding and mulliganing, yeah. That makes sense. Sideboarding takes a while. I think I'm like pretty good at it, like compared to most people, and even then I still don't think I'm that good at it, just because like yeah, sideboarding is just so hard, even for people who like know what they're doing. I don't know, I don't think I want mass manipulation in this deck just because it seems really hard to cast, but can't win this. Is there on some sort of banned mid-range deck? Immortal Sun shuts down. I think Immortal Sun is bad because we're both like doing the same thing. I think Vivien is very good because she kills Hydroid Krasis. Wildgrowth Walker does not seem great. It gets bounced by Teferi, which is unexciting. There's also a temptation though to like develop a board presence and then River's Rebuke. You think sideboarding right now in particular is nightmarish? Teferi puts like people in a really tough squeeze, right? Because you like want counter magic, but you also don't want counter magic. I think Teferi makes things real tough compared to how they used to be. Just that card being in the format kind of warps everything. I think Wildgrowth Walker is probably just bad. So Teferi's just so good against both Melody and Walker. I wish we had a 2-drop we could bring in when we're playing against Teferi's decks. Just like Thorn Lieutenant or something, I think would be kind of nice. Because like there's just like a bunch of cards I don't really want in my deck, and I'm forced to have some of them. I guess I'm just going to keep these in. You need to figure out how to elephant the deck. Yeah, I'm always really bad at that. I tried doing it and learning it for myself for a while. It's just like really hard to like maintain the correct perspective to do that. Okay, this hand is reasonable. We need to draw some top end, but ramps pretty nicely. What is elephanting? So elephanting is instead of taking your deck and sideboarding it, you like say, how would I design the deck to look for this matchup? Ooh, Johnny Brezett, the 38-person raid. Thank you. Welcome to everyone joining us. Hope you had a good stream. So yeah, elephanting is where you like design the deck to look how you want it to look for your opponent's deck. So it's like really tough to do without being biased, because it's like really easy to get into this mindset of like, well, this is how I want my deck to look and this is how I want my sideboard to look, so obviously this is how I'm going to end up sideboarding the deck for this matchup. And like instead you have to get into this like strange mindset of I'm just going to play the Branchwalker. I want to go Branchwalker into Ranger to pressure Teferi well, I think. Ooh, yeah. The article Cass posted is probably really good, I assume. Yeah, I just want to make sure they can't class Planeswalkers. I'm going to keep running out critters. Krasis is so good. Maybe I just keep this. I kind of want my value off the Jadelight though. But then we just get to cast the 2/2 Krasis next turn. Not have to worry about like losing one. I'm unsure. It's probably like a fine thing to keep, but like drawing a land off the Jadelight would be amazing. A 4/3 and a 3/2 feel like they're probably pretty similar against my opponent's deck. The Krasis war begins. Block, trade for the Branchwalker. I'm happy about that. So now I just get my flyer into play. Obviously if the Druid levels up, it blocks the Ranger pretty well. But between Elves and Growth Spiral, could be setting up for another decent Krasis in like 2 turns time. So I want to cast things pre-combat in case there's a Frilled Mystic? Maybe? Then they get to block my Ranger anyway. Also a bit of me that just like wants to keep casting 2/2s so that I can pressure Vivien. Not Vivien, Nissa. I'm not sure how I feel about this Bant deck. Every time I like play against it, it seems pretty strong. But whenever I play with it, it always like, I don't know, feels like a bit mopey. very bad at dealing with mono red, which is a problem. Especially if you build it without Wildgrowth Walkers. There's the Nissa we were scared of. Not in a terribly good position to deal with her at the moment. They might have a Frilled Mystic for this Krasis too. Okay. So I can just double block. Seems kind of good to me. Also just attack with the Ranger and then they block with the land. The Druid's worth more than a land at the moment. I think this is pretty good. I'm going to trade the Druid for a Jadelight, which I think is a good exchange for us, considering how much mana they've put into the Druid. Okay. Make a 5/5. Ooh, Vivien's great. Now if they cast their own Krasis to block with, we can blow it up and then kill the Nissa. Yeah, for sure, back again. It's like kind of frustrating when you're like losing with a deck that you've lost to a bunch, because it makes you not really understand why you're losing to it. And like, you know, why other people are finding it so good. Oh, they don't have, so if they have a Krasis, they get to draw 4 cards, I think. 6, 7, 8. 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah. So they get 4 cards, but then we get to blow it up with Vivien and immediately kill the Nissa. So like, it'd be a bit of a scary position, but this matchup has felt a bit tough. Because of like Incubation Druid, they're kind of just better at doing what we're doing. They ramp a bit faster than us, but they lose a lot of that, the interaction for the creature matchups, and not having the Explore package makes it harder to pressure Planeswalkers. So there's like a lot of give and take in terms of how you design it. Mass manipulation. Yeah, it could be a mass manipulation. Yike. Alright. Alright. That's pretty strong. The decisions in Magic are easy. It's figuring out what the decisions that are that is tough. I think both of them are pretty tough. But geez, that was gross. The standard format is very strange. You have all these people going super big, and then like, you know, the fact that like mass manipulation and fanatical firebrand are existing in the same format alongside each other, and both are like considered kind of competitive, I think is kind of, well, I think is just unusual. Not something you normally see. Oh, that makes sense, Cass. Yeah, the obvious block is like, makes it seem like you don't have a decision in that particular instance. And then once you realize what the decision is, playing around it suddenly becomes kind of obvious. That makes sense. Even then, there's like the question of, you know, can you beat Massacre Girl in that situation? Which I think in that instance we could, which is why we got to play around it, but you don't always get that luxury. So we get to kill this Teferi. Sorry, Elvish Rejuvenator. Don't know why I ever doubted you. Here's why Rejuvenator is in the deck. Does not look bad there. So I need to play around Kaya's Wrath whilst also developing enough stuff to kill Planeswalkers. So I need like 3 power in play to kill a Nissa. So I'm either Krasising or I'm casting these, and I'd rather save the Krasis for post Nissa. So I'm just going to cast both of these. If we get Kaya's Wrath, obviously we're getting 2 for 1, but then we get to resolve a Nissa, which is really impactful. No, my Krasis! Oh, sure. I guess the Nissa's also, you know, a little scary. Who's feeling like getting spell pierced? I kinda just want to Jadelight Ranger. Then they have to Kaya's Wrath, right? Yeah, I like Jadelight Ranger here. Just force the Kaya's Wrath so that we don't lose all our lands to it later. Alright. It's really annoying. We need land drops, but there's no way that I'm ever sending a Krasis away in a million years. I'm sure we'll be in the same place pretty soon, Cass. Wow, just destroyed Esper. Let's bring in this Immortal Sun. Seems decent. Alright, Wildgrowth Walker seems bad. Entrancing Melody seems bad. Oh, this is some pretty clean sideboarding. Now we get to play the 8 Planeswalkers Immortal Sun deck. Oh my gosh, Cass. Sooner than either of us expected, perhaps. Who cares if you have 8 dead cards when you draw 2 a turn? Did you just hit? Yeah. Yeah, Harband, we're living that life. For better or worse. Yeah, it's true. Nissa still doubles your mana, which is really powerful. And Tamiyo still does stuff against them too. So it's honestly not as bad as I'm making it out to be, but... That is true, Cass. I would also probably not intend to stream in that first bit. A, because recovering from travel. B, because wanting to interact with you. Also C would be like in-V prep as well, I guess. Because I'd hope to know what I'm doing by that point for the in-V. Llanowar Elf. I almost played Hinterland Harbor. Almost. Okay, I need to draw spells at some point. Spells that are not Llanowar Elf. To be more specific. I feel like Weenie should still be good. I have no idea why no one is playing it. It's very strange to me. Like, the raw power level on that deck is just kind of absurd. I feel like that deck should be good at killing Planeswalkers as well. Even if we get Kaya's Wrath, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm a bit more convinced by these Rejuvenators in like this matchup. They are like weirdly good at helping kill Planeswalkers. And providing like that extra little bit of pressure. Right, I want to crack the memorial here. I believe, obviously it's a bit unfortunate if, maybe I only deal 1 to Teferi. No, I don't want them to like be able to cleanly minus him, but if I play my elf, then the full duration might miss. I don't really care if they take this Llanowar Elf though. That makes sense, Lurch. I think Rejuvenator has to be better than Grow from the Ashes, at least. Grow from the Ashes is like the most... Oh my god. Oh my gosh. This is... Alright, this is a good Fort Erasure. I forgot about this Teferi interaction. It's kind of upsetting. Take whatever you want, opponent. These spells will suck anyway. Oh, they might take Rejuvenator. What a sad world to be in, where we don't have our Elvish Rejuvenator in our hand anymore. Kaya's Wrath me uwu. And then I will draw Krasis. Then I will feel great. I guess they just get to wait, huh? Teferi is wild. Alright. Deal. So, 5. We've already played like most of our Llanowar Elves, so leaving open a mana to cast one doesn't seem great. I'd rather just get the extra point of power. Huh? Please don't kill my Krasis. I like my Krasis. We can actually blow up the binding. We have a Vivien in our deck somewhere. So I guess I want to field first, because we don't want to undo the trigger from the Jadelight Ranger. Shuffle away whatever we have on top. This list might have basics in it. We haven't seen Interplay in a Beacon yet. Yeah. They're on like a slightly less greedy list. They actually have basics. Right, there is literally a Teferi in play, so... You rounded down from 2. I don't think that's quite how it works, but... Ooh, another Time Raveler. They can bounce my Jadelight. Obviously I then get another Explore trigger, but it's not that much value. We have plenty of lands in hand anyway. Yike. I feel like I'm about ready to scoop this one up. Ixalan's Binding answers Immortal Sun? That's such a tilt. Did not realize that interaction. That's a reasonable point, Dockmoy. I don't know. I feel like being like cold to an assassin's trophy is kind of unnecessary. Letting people's Assassin's Trophies just be sinkholes for no good reason. I'm honestly not sure what we can draw here. It's probably not a Branchwalker. Alright, game 3. I think I still like how we have this set up. I could bring in some Brontodons just because they're decent beaters. And they blow up Ixalan's Binding, which is kind of adorable. It's like really tempting. Llanowar Elves just really sucks against Kaya's Wrath, but is so good with our Planeswalkers. Yes, I'm still going to run it like this, just because ramping out Planeswalkers seems like a way to win the matchup, but I don't know. Brontodon's tempting. This is unexciting. It is a hand that does not care about a Narset or a Teferi though, which is nice. We're very good at attacking those cards. Also does not care about Duress, which we know our opponent has in their deck. Alright. Hey there, Llanowar Elf. Right on time. I feel Brontodon might be better than Rejuvenator. I can see that being the case. Just because it attacks and blocks pretty well. No, blocking not too relevant, but it attacks well. Right, I'm just going to cast this Rejuvenator, I think. Jadelighting for lands is nice. This is more pressure too. Also, if they go Teferi plus, Rejuvenator doesn't let us kill the Teferi, whereas Jadelight does. So Jadelight forces it to be a Teferi minus. Lands. I'm gonna put this in the yard. I just can't afford to miss my land drop, I believe. Yike. Alright. Aw, see you, Sora. Thanks for hanging out today. It's been nice having you here. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Kaya's Wrath me. Do it. Dare ya. Right, they did it. So we get to go Tamiyo Elf. What is Tamiyo doing? Aw, you have a ferret now. That's great. Alio, that's so cool. Tamiyo turning off Erasure is decent. I agree. I'm either getting a Krasis or a Branchwalker. I guess I'm just getting a second Krasis and hoping they don't play Nissa. What am I up to today? I got a bunch of jobs done this morning. I've been streaming for a few hours. And then I'm actually heading off in about an hour to record my MPL match. It's a pretty good day, all things told. Alright, plus Tamiyo. What are we naming? We already have loads of Krasis. I have no idea, Dokmoy. We don't find out until we play our matches who we're facing. I know, like, the list of people it could be, but yeah, I play it over the internet. What on earth am I naming? I guess I'm just naming Nissa, right? Or another Tamiyo. I think I like Nissa, because there are 4 of them in the deck at the moment. Alright, Milder Krasis. A little bit sad. I kind of want to fire off a Krasis. Because I'm like a bit worried about them playing an Narset soon. So getting one of the Krasises out of my hand for that purpose is nice. Play around a Narset. Yeah, the match will be sent to WotC, and then they make the show out of the matches they receive. Ooh, on that note, I must remember, I have not. I've made a note to myself to send something. Alright, second Teferi is a beating. You can turn on this Negate though, which is nice. Hopefully. Okay. Please don't kill my Krasis.
Stream more limited less than 3.
Haha. Thanks for the 5 months of subbing Replenish. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I don't actually have many limited tournaments coming up anytime soon, which is why I've not really had a chance to stream them. But I'm hoping to do a bunch of Modern Horizons drafts once that sets out, because obviously I need to practice that one for the MC. So very keen to play that format. It seems sweet too. Yeah, it is DC. Alright, I need to hold open the gate, and I also want to get a decent critter on board, so I guess I'm just playing this Jadelight. I should have Jadelighted before Tamiyo, then we'd know what was on top for the Tamiyo plus. That was a slight mistake. Not the end of the world. Having this Negate in hand is reassuring, especially since all my opponent's discard spells are turned off by the Tamiyo. We're looking to mainly counter a Kaya's Wrath or a Lyra, I suppose. Can we answer the Lyra? We do not currently have an answer to the Lyra in the bin. I think our only answer is the one Vivien, right? We have one Vivien in the deck right now. I guess I am going to name Vivien Reid. Get incredibly lucky here. Oh, we did not find a Vivien Reid. Go figure. We can make a Krasis bigger than this. I don't know that that's gonna work, but 4, 5, 6, 7. Thing is, I want to have Negate up, so I don't even get to make it bigger than the Lyra. I don't feel like I can afford to tap out of Negate ever. I can still chump block the Lyra to keep my Tamiyo in play for a bit, whilst I dig to Vivien. It's not the end of the world. Narset. Narset is fine. I mean, she's pretty good, but I just don't think I can afford to use a Negate on her. Especially when all their discard spells are currently turned off, and they don't have like that much blue mana for counter spells. wonder how good this deck is against the Jeskai deck. This deck is like very bad at answering creatures. I'm kind of worried that Sarkhan making dragons. I guess you can still melody them, but... Alright, we're just naming Vivien again. We just have to get this Lyra off board. Or I could get Immortal Sun and put that into play. To turn off these Planeswalkers. I don't know how we win with Immortal Sun in play. I guess this is a 6/6, so we block the Lyra, but if they had a removal spell, they might have killed the Krasis already. I think I'm gonna get the Immortal Sun back. I don't know if this is correct. I'm also worried about this just like getting countered, but I feel like I have to do something at some point. Sitting here staring at my opponent I think is good for them, because they have this Teferi ticking up every turn. Oh my gosh. Negate's so bad against Dovin's Veto. Jeez. Alright. That was a thing that just happened. I still need to play the Esper deck. It always looks really impressive when I play against it. At least compared to the Jeskai one. Which, like, always seems a bit more vulnerable to me. Having access to Kaya's Wrath is just huge. And Vordoracia means you can answer basically anything. Like, the Jeskai deck's almost like a weird sort of combo deck. You're like playing out your Planeswalkers and trying to set up for this combo finish with Sarkhan. Whereas the Esper deck is like an actual control deck. Obviously, Tamiyo shutting off this Vordoracia. They might just be trying to get into the Surveil since they know they're discarding at end step anyway though. And since they get their 2 mana back from Teferi. Or not. Or they forgot that Tamiyo has text. That is also plausible. Please don't resolve. Bad news. This goes up to 10 loyalty. Uh-huh. If I can answer this Lyra, I can, like, maybe win. I guess I just hope the top card of my deck is a Vivien Reid. Yeah. So I can go Nissa, animate a land, Nissa, animate a land, attack with everything, Lyra blocks Lyra. Okay, let's try that. I don't know if I have enough mana left for that. I was maybe going to try that before now, honestly. Yeah, I think it was DT. I missed that line. It's like a really not obvious line. Hopefully they just have a counter spell or kill spell and it wouldn't have worked anyway, but I fear that it might have worked and maybe I just missed it. Damn, it looks like it might have actually worked. I just missed the line. It's like a really not obvious line using the first Nissa as like a glorified lava spike. If they had a Dovin's Veto, they'd have used it by now. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, is it still lethal? They block here, and 4, 5. So they need to have the removal spell. Okay. Yeah. So we can't win this now. They're just going to start chewing through all our permanents. I assume. Especially with the Teferi plus, yeah. What happens if I draw... If I can still draw precisely Vivien, right? Draw Vivien minus on Lyra. Okay, Vivien is still lethal. If they don't attack. Still lethal. Opponent's smart. So I can kill Teferi. Thing is, I feel like it's still not clear to me that I'm actually dead here. I guess I have to kill this Teferi, so I have Negate up, so they get to, like, exile 2 things. So if this doesn't hit a land, I need to hold the Llanowar Elf back, which sucks. Oh. No, they can use the emblem to exile my mana sources, so I never have Negate up. Yeah. I can't actually win from here, because they can exile my mana sources. Then I don't have Negate open, and then like the Narset and Teferis and stuff are just going to draw them towards spells. I don't think I can actually win from there. I was like a couple turns, or if we drew Vivien, we'd have won the game. It's kind of tough. The only answers we have in our deck to Lyra are the single Vivien in the board and 2 forced landings. I guess you can also Entrancing Melody Lyra, but that's just not a card you'd have in against Esper postboard. It's like, that isn't too relevant. Good draw. Nicely done. Huh. Turn free Nissa. Oh, I kind of want to get a forest because of Nissa, right? I already have a second blue source anyway. This seems good for us. I'm a bit worried about Massacre Go with the way our board's looking. We get to cast a huge Krasis next turn to try and overpower it. Even if they do have that card. This is just so absurd. It feels like no matter what deck I play, I just want the deck to have a huge pile of Nissas in it. The card is unreasonable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to pressure their life total because of Dreadhorde, but... also want to draw cards. Oh, if I untap this, I can like Growth Spiral in a land post Krasis though. Maybe that's just worth it. Yeah, I'm gonna draw one less card. But I'm gonna get in 3 more damage. And I'm gonna get to hold open Growth Spiral. Which is actually kinda nice. Alright. So command the Dreadhorde, we want Immortal Sun, Rivers Rebukes, Negates. Wildgrowth Walker sucks. What else was it we were taking out last time? Oh, Entrancing Melody sucks. Because of Teferi. And Vraska. Don't really want to board in Vivien when I'm bringing in my second Immortal Sun. Alright. I mean... this hand can never beat a Massacre goal, but yes, I'm keeping. Second Negate. Not exactly the perfect draw. Uh-huh. Alright, please find me a land. This is the greedy play, but if we don't have a land in our top few cards, we're just in a bad position anyway, so... I think it's worth going for. Jadelight Ranger. Alright, that's a lot of pressure over there. Oh my gosh. That's amazing, Malamet. That is actually wonderful. So one island, and there's a chance I mana screw them. I guess the cast down is a card I don't particularly care about, but it seems good. Please don't have a basic. Come on. Can we add one to the Stone Rain count, please? That was a good Stone Rain. Oh my gosh. We have successfully taken the play. No, that's Song Request. I think only mods can actually use the Stone Ring count, which I've never understood. No! Oh my gosh, we can minus get back Field of Ruin. It's so tempting. Then Tamiyo dies though, so it's probably not worth it. Probably just meant to like Jadelight hold open the gate. Dig for that blue source. We said dig for that blue source. Thank you, deck. Alright. This is pretty good for us. Obviously, if they have a bunch of Jadelight Rangers, we're in a bad position, but other than that, I'm not too scared of very much at the moment. I could try and take down the Wildgrowth Walker instead. Since Llanowar Elves can just trade for the Branchwalker later. If they have a cast down, I can negate it. To make sure this Walker dies. Just like makes it so much harder for my opponent to pressure this Tamiyo then. In any meaningful fashion. I just shouldn't say words. So I really want to Stone Rain them. But I also don't want Tamiyo to die. So I guess I'm just gonna plus her. Name Hydroid Krasis. Okay. So now I have Negates up and I can block the Branchwalker. See, want to take down the Branchwalker. Definitely want to cancel this one. Then we can use our Tamiyo to like loop negates, which is pretty nice. To make sure we don't ever lose to Dreadhorde. Oh my gosh. That is a good magic card. 3, 6, 7, 8. So I think what I want to do is draw 2 cards off my Krasis and then grab a negate to my hand. Just to protect me from Planeswalkers and Command. Using a negate on this would suck. If I let this resolve and they have an explore creature, I just like essentially lose the game. As if my Tamiyo ends up dying then, and then I've got nothing. They've got a huge Wildgrowth Walker hitting me when I'm on 13. Obviously this is very scary. Not having counter magic for a turn cycle now, but what am I gonna name this turn? Oh wow. That was a good draw. That was a very good draw. I believe I'm naming Hydroid Krasis. Just because it's the best card in our deck at the moment, especially if there's an Immortal Sun in play. It's kind of awkward. We might just die to these Wildgrowth Walkers if we Immortal Sun. Our Tamiyo is honestly pretty good at the moment. I guess we didn't put this in our deck not to cast it. You'd have slammed the sun and forgot it turns off your Tamiyo. That would be a tiny bit awkward, Malamet. We need them to not cast Command the Dreadhorde for a little while. Oh. They're looking at the graveyards. I think we're dead. Yike. Oh, this Immortal Sun is garbage. Why is this in our deck? Pete, what did you do to us? I don't think I have any way to beat this board. I guess we'll find out if we do, but... I mean, the Tamiyo currently does nothing. So I guess we are letting the Tamiyo die. We have to do a River's Rebuke. That's the first step. I mean... You missed all of this? This is a lot of yikes going on right here. You're not wrong. This is such an absurd board position. Alright, I'm gonna River's Rebuke you, apparently. Such a tilt, the Nissa doubles their mana. Oh my god. We're gonna deck ourselves, chat. It's gonna be great. Actually don't know how we win this game, but we sure are gonna deck ourselves. Resolves. This is so absurd. This is the most absurd game I've played on stream in so long. None of this makes any sense. I guess boarding in Immortal Sun doesn't make very sense. This is some quality autumn flavored magical cards they're gathering, yep. You're not wrong. Alright, this is... Come on, Arena, you can do it. So this is, what, 12, 13, 14? Make it 14? 14? 9 plus 4 is 13, 14, 15. This costs 1 less. So it's 15, 13, 14. Alright, good. Sure. Deal. That is a Narset, yes. That's actually really good for me. It means my Krasis can't deck me. And my Immortal Sun can't as easily deck me. This is... That was awful Magic. That was heinous Magic. Jeez. We did win. Somehow. I am honestly amazed we won that game. Needed like all pieces of the Buffalo. We needed the Immortal Sun. We needed the River's Rebuke post Immortal Sun. Needed Nissa's static ability helping us out despite us having Immortal Sun in play. Jeez. That was actually one of the sillier games we played in a while.